Om Sadashivasamaramabham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Yadavidya-vilasena Bhuta-bhautika-srishtayah Tam Naumi Paramatmanam Sachidananda-vigraham. Okay. So, before I get into the fag end of this chapter, any questions or clarifications?
Swami Karthik here.
Yeah.
I had one question from the last class.
Yeah.
So in the last class, if I understood it correctly, sorry, I'm getting some background noise. Sorry for
That's okay, no problem. No.
What if I understood correctly, the pramanam where the bhrama is, that has to be corrected by the same pramanam.
Yep.
So the error. So I was just thinking how I would reconcile that with an example. Let us say my pratyaksha pramanam shows me a blue sky. And no matter how hard I try, I will not be able to know that the sky is not blue. And I would probably have to correct it with science as a pramanam. So how do I reconcile that?
Yeah, I'll come to that. These are gray areas that are coming in. I'll come to that in today's class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, some conditions are necessary for any pramana to work.
Once the conditions are there, then pramana will definitely work or it may not work also.
If all the conditions are fulfilled, pramana has to work. But the question is, all conditions are fulfilled or not? Like, this is a cell phone. All the conditions are fulfilled. Now, light is there, eyes are there, mind is there, all that is there. So it has to work. Now, when you are looking at inference, etc., again there you have to see, are all the conditions fulfilled? Is there any upadi, hetu, abhasa, etc.? All those conditions have to be fulfilled. Then the pramana has to work.
You said that Anupalapti. Anupalapti and that whole Abhavati. That whole Abhavati, we are command and Anupalapti.
Yeah.
Now see, which I say, what is not here?
Yeah.
Where you put it that?
This will be atyanta bhava. No? There is no pot only. No?
Here it is one, the pot is there.
That's okay. We are talking of here. Location. That is why it becomes important to fulfill the conditions. What are the conditions that you are talking about? Here I can. Location. It becomes important. For an abhava, location becomes important.
But generally, about what you say Gaganakshana, Vanchapatra.
So as far as Anupalabdhi Pramana is concerned, you are talking about abhava in a location. Yeah. In a location only. Na? Yeah. So because of the location, you will say not there. Totally not there. Na? It is not prag abhava, pradyam swabhava, anyonya bhava or anything like that. Yeah. So parisheshat, we will put it like that. Yeah. Because location, here. Yeah. Because you can't take it even as anyonya bhava. Yeah. So that is because of location becomes important here. For any pramana to work, conditions are there. Conditions for Anupalabdhi is here. Or wherever you have specified. Time space has to be specified. Yeah.
So for Vedanta to work, we have sadhana tradition. So all those conditions have, see, one may be more, one may be less.
Yeah.
Right, no? But all those conditions are
Correct.
necessary.
Yeah.
Like you can say that mukshutvam is not there, then other conditions are there, it will work. Or like,
See, that's why Vedanta takes time. Why does Vedanta takes time? Why could an Upanishadic student listen to one teaching and walk away free, whereas you and I have not been able to do that? Two problems can come up. Either the teacher is not a sampradaya with. Correct? That's one. Shrotriyam Brahmanishta is not. or the student does not have all the adhikaritvam, viveka, vairagya, shat sampati, mumukshutvam. It is not that he doesn't have it. I have not seen a single student not having it at all. Yeah, everyone has it. The question is degree. The question is degree. How much he or she has, or how much he or she doesn't have. So there is a certain optimum. That's why always when I explain sadhana chatushtayam, always explain the optimum. Vairagya I have taken as objectivity because that is optimum. Vairagya can extend to sannyasa, no? But that's not what I take it as. I take it as optimum, objectivity. You can have more, yeah. But optimum.
Swami, related to this, on the Friday class also, that related to even the Friday class, I had asked that question. You said that so it is your karma phala that we are running Vedanta. Some point in time, things may not means you get lost in the worldly things.
Yeah.
But and then there is not enough grace and you don't come back. Then I mean it's always this thing.
Next lifetime. No, it can always happen.
There is a free will there and prarabdha or free will, I was just
Correct. I'll tell you a classical example how prarabdha is important. There's a batchmate of mine, Mani bolke. Okay. Knew Swamiji for a number of years. Very keen on Vedanta. Very keen. Joined my batch. Within a few months, 2-3 months, a phone call comes to Swamiji and he calls Mani because those days all one black beauty was there, no, nothing else, no other phone. So it is his Bhabhi speaking, elder sister, elder brother's wife speaking. Your brother is admitted, he is in the hospital, he is in a very bad shape, he is asking for you. So Swamiji said, go. It's important. He's in the hospital, probably his last days. Goes there. Yeah, his brother is on his deathbed. And says, all my kids are small, please take care of them. And he dies. The same day he goes. Now what will this man do? Say no. Kids are school going age, huh? All in school. 3 kids or something, all in school. So what is he going to do? Prarabdha is strong. Now if it was olden days, Vairagya, you had walked off to Rishikesh, you don't even get this news. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. If he's in Uttarkashi or something, studying under some teacher there, the news will take a year to get there. So he comes back to Swamiji and says, with tears in his eyes, this is the situation, what would I do? Swamiji says, no, it's important. You are young still. You must have been about 30. Okay? You are young still. I'll be teaching for the next 20 years. I'll get you a good job in the Gulf. That time Gulfi was good job, okay? Money, you can make a lot of money in Gulf. Finish off your responsibilities, 10 years, 15 years, you will finish it all. Join the course after that, I'll still be teaching. Said, okay, he went. Took care of all the responsibilities, etc. No, this was 76. In 90s, Swamiji started the course, next course after that, in India, was in Coimbatore, 90. He was happy, responsibilities over, children are grown up, they are working, things like that, now I can study. He dies before that, course starts.
Just nightmares I get.
Huh?
Just nightmares I get.
I mean, now these are rare cases where the prarabdha is so strong that you can't do anything about it next lifetime. So that way prarabdha plays as a, yeah. Some prarabdha you can overcome. Like I had the prarabdha with my work, this, that, etc. You can overcome that. Resistance in the society, with the Chinmaya Mission, study groups, works and all that. Those are small things. Yeah, it created an upheaval, but you can overcome that. Thus, prarabdha is not a big problem. Yeah. But then you should know how to use it to help you also. Like Indira Gandhi's emergency time, 76 she declared emergency. So because of that, I had to make a voyage in between. Okay. So, but I used that as an excuse to go to Rishikesh. So used it in my favor. So it is a question of how you intelligently handle your prarabdha. But prarabdha was supportive of that time also. Because that phase in my life, if you believe in astrology, was the worst period in my life, 6 years. They say even if you are a king, you will have to drink the waters of the Ganga. Bahut acha hai. Good prarabdha, na? So, there is always supportive, opposing forces. What you will use in modern management. Supporting forces, opposing forces. How you balance out the whole thing. So, prarabdha is the same, purushartha is the same, supporting and opposing. In prarabdha also you will have supporting forces, opposing forces. I personally believe that if you want to study Vedanta, especially full time, you must have some opposition. You must have something working against you. You know why? Only then your mumukshutvam grows. I have seen people who got it too easy. Too easy it came. There was one boy with us who expressed a desire to his parents to study. His parents were thrilled. Said, we'll consider our family blessed, etc. Please go. When are you going? Please. When are you going? It became, please. He didn't last the course. He found it too difficult. घर में थोड़ा लाडला था, क्या करेगा? And those days Chinmaya Mission was not bad, you know. Life was not bad, it was quite fine. Yeah. Not an issue. So, these things happen. For knowledge to happen, you need a lot of conducive forces, especially Vedanta. Because it's Shabda Pramanam, no? Oh, yeah. Only the words to go by. So when the intention has to be gained from the words only, not from the speaker. In Vyavahara it is at the speaker, but in Vedanta it is from the words itself. But the speaker comes into the picture, that's why they say Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. If the Nishtha is there, the person comes into the picture. Yeah. One of the ways of knowing how much the person's Nishtha is, can the person teach without a textbook? Can he sit under a tree and teach? No textbook, nothing. What he says becomes as valid. That you will know, okay, the person's Nishtha is there. Yeah. Because no need. Textbook kiske liye? Textbook gives us scaffolding. That's all. But you can do without the scaffolding. You can reinvent the whole thing. So that's one of the ways of checking out. Okay. All right, let us get back into non-apprehension. 146 we completed, or we are doing 146? Yeah, okay. Okay. So in 146, what you were saying actually was, see, the whole thing was, yeah, 146 we read through. I didn't elaborate too much. It's a little bit here and there. I said the main crux Yeah, the main crux. Check. The main crux is that the knowledge is true has to become self-evident. It's self-evident in the knowledge. Blue color, take it. Is the blueness of your perception self-evident or not? This is valid. Is the validity of the knowledge self-evident? It has to be self-evident, na? How else are you going to check it up? How else are you going to check? Blue hai, barabar hai. It's blue. What checking can you do? What confirmation can you have? In saying that this is blue, what confirmation can you have? Confirm this is blue. I mean, accepted that we are all speaking the same language, okay? That becomes important. It's blue. Okay, come. Can we just close the door? Too much of noise from the door. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So when you confirm the shade of blue.
Even shade of blue. Shade of blue is also from perception only, na? Shade of blue is also from perception, not from anything else. Yeah.
In law also, they say is eyewitness.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the finality of it, yeah. The finality, yeah.
All knowledge is already established.
Yeah. That is why he's saying knowledge, when you're looking at it, only you have to ensure that there are no doshas in the way the praman. All the samagri is there. Proper light. Like, why did I say close the door? Because that noise was disturbing people from hearing it.
What if I'm gaining it for the first time?
Even if you are hearing it for the first time. You may not have a word for this color. Correct? You may not have a word for this color, but color is color. You have seen it. You know what it is. You won't mistake it for this color. This happens with a lot of men, you know. We men recognize only 7 colors of the rainbow. Peach is a fruit, not a color. ये peach क्या होता है? समझिए, your dress is tending towards peach, the color, not saffron. One is peach color, then tending towards peach, then what is the color? We men are very simple minded. So you may not have a word for it, but you recognize color is color. Perception. What other thing you require? That's why a word may be missing in your vocabulary. Yeah. But yeah. That is your sense of refinement in terms of color. Many people have found that. They told the painter, paint the house sea green color. Sea green is a nice color, cooling, especially a bedroom. You came back to find it parrot green. I can't stand it. अरे मेम साहब green बोला, आप green लगा दिया. Because that guy doesn't have the refinement of the understanding of color. Yeah. That's why nowadays they always say sample लगा के देखता हो. 3 samples से कौन सा sample? But if you have to mix it up, be sure it will become, the second coat will not be the exact as the first coat. Okay? Now these things happen. But the fact is that the color is recognized by your eyes only, nothing else. As long as the doshas are not there, you don't see it clearly. Okay, without specs, I don't see very clearly. Therefore, I need to support it. That's okay. That's called correction. Removal of doshas. Light is not correct. Okay, put better light. So, whatever necessary for the pramana, the samagri necessary for the pramana to work, that should be there. Relatively noise-free environment for you to hear what I am saying. good Zoom connection so you can hear what I am saying. Like I have a junior, he takes classes only online and he gets fanatical about it because he takes it from his home. Since he takes it from his home, he can insist on whatever he wants because he has got those conditions at his home. He is not like me coming here to a classroom and then taking class because he takes only on Zoom. Says, all of you must have a proper LAN connection. I want all of you to keep your this open, your camera on. He has 101 regulations. Because he has managed to do that in his home. If you get a fiber optic connection, then no problems. But he insists every student does that. Otherwise, no admission to the class. Not that he gets hundreds of students anyway. That's a different thing. He also gets only half a dozen. Yeah. Anyway, don't ask me who, etc. I'm not going to say that. Okay, pramanasi eva agrahat. Okay, yadva. Even doubt. Even when you get a doubt, the same thing, I'm just summarizing all we read last time. A doubt is also because of what? Some dosha. No? The color below, is that blue or is it green? You are getting that out because at certain angles it can look different. At certain angles it can look different. On the Zoom it may not be seen so much, but here live you will see it. Why? Again, some of the doshas, what angle are you looking at it? Are you getting the idea? Even a samshaya comes because of a dosha only. Otherwise, it should be clean. In inference, etc., it will have its own doshas. The example I am giving is perception. But any other thing also will be the same thing. I asked, is Surendran here? He said, no. There is a new person who doesn't know Surendran is there or not. Who is Surendran? Now, can he use Anupalabdhi to say Surendran is not there? He doesn't know who Surendran. So, those are the limitations of any pramana that will come in. Pramanas are not absolute, remember that. They are means of knowing what is there.
So Shabdam also has dosha.
Huh?
So Shabda Pramana also has
Also is not absolute. It's only meant for a particular thing, no? Through Shabda Pramana, you can't know other things. Malarial virus through Shabda Pramana thori milta hai.
But that's not a dosha, that's a Pramana specific, no?
Exactly. Pramana is always specific to its area of functioning. It's important to understand that. Each pramana has its field of functioning and it is restricted to that. That's why deductive logic and inductive logic is different. Anumanam and Arthapati is different because of that. What's the field of functioning? Perception and Anupalabdhi is different. Perception is to know what is there, Anupalabdhi is to know what is not there here. So, each field of functioning is there. Upamana is meant for the comparative knowledge. Shabda for that which I can't figure out with my 5 pramanas. So don't come and tell me because Veda says Dhrito vai ayuhu, ghee is life. Therefore drink ghee every day. एक spoon ले अच्छा है. But don't take a whole katori of ghee every day. Why Dhrito vai? But though I knew one person for whom it worked. He had 2 habits. One was having tobacco daily. Other was having a katori of ghee daily. Probably both the effects knocked off each other. I don't know what. He lived a long life and was a great student of Vedanta. He died saying Aham Brahmasmi.
Why he was eating so much sweet and all in Lonavala?
I know.
Really
So that's what I'm saying. That is not the pramana. Whether ghee is good for health or not, medicine will tell you that. That's a branch of knowledge that will tell you about that. Okay. Whether heaven exists or not, Shastra will tell you that. What is the nature of yourself? The Shastra will tell you that. Not science that is going to study into the question of consciousness, etc. Yeah. It can't, because very nature is problematic. You are looking to objectify it. To study consciousness in science, you have to objectify it. If you objectify it, it is not consciousness. Simple. Yeah. All right. Then, what happens in apramana? When it has not given you knowledge, error. Apramanantu jnana samanya samagri prayojanam. Jnana samagri na prayojanam. The na is there before. For getting an erosion knowledge, it is not all the things which are conducive for knowing that's responsible for it. Why? Because pramayam api apramanyapattehe. Because if the same thing reasons were involved, then your prama also will become apramanyam. Knowledge will not become valid. Kintu dosha prayojyam. If you have gained an erroneous knowledge, there is some dosha at play. Okay. Remember, the basis of pramana is avidya nivritti. Understand this. Negation of ignorance about that subject matter is the role of a pramana. Correct? Now, if the dosha of avidya is not removed because of some reason, why the pramana is not working properly, then avidya will make you project something. No? Light is not enough for you to see the rope. Therefore, you have ignorance of the rope. You will project something on it, depending upon your likes, dislikes, etc. Psychological things come later. But initially, ignorance is there, that ignorance has not been negated. It has only been partially negated by knowing this is there, not what it is. Therefore, your mind will conclude something. Therefore, that is the dosha. Not having sufficient light, etc. is the dosha, and avidya, which is common for your projection, a snake, etc. Therefore, they will always be there. Dosha prayojakam. Napi apramanyam yavat swa ashagrahika grahyam. Apramanyam, okay, has a subject-object relationship with you, right? You are seeing a snake, you are objectifying the snake. Look at it, the rope is seen by whom? That this is a rope, that jnanam is seen by Sakshi Chaitanyam, that we have seen before. The previous para said that when I see that there is a rope there, that rope knowledge is in my mind. Who objectifies that? The Sakshi. Now, supposing you are seeing snake, that also is objectified by what? Sakshi only. But that type of a grahika, okay, apramanya gata kadamba avastatvadehe vritti jnana anupatitvena sakshina grahitum ashakyatva. He says, but the invalidity of the knowledge is known by whom? See, you saw a snake. The Sakshi objectified snake knowledge because the thought inside was snake. Object outside is rope. You projected a snake. Avidya projected a snake. The Sakshi objectified snake knowledge. Is it capable now of knowing it is error in this condition up to now? How can it know? When the thought inside is snake and you objectified snake, how are you going to say it is rope? Your pramana has not worked, that's all it means. Because what is the sakshi? Buddhi vritti naam sakshi. The buddhi vritti was snake. Sakshi objectified snake. What is the knowledge? Snake. But there is no truth to the object. It is not yathartham. It is not yathartham. All knowledge should be what? Vastu tantram. True to the object. This is not true to the object. But the sakshi is not capable of dismissing it. Sakshi's job is not to dismiss anything or confirm anything. He is just supposed to objectify. Therefore, that knowledge that it is a snake cannot be negated by the normal things. No? Rub your eyes and see clearly. Light is missing is light is missing. You can't do anything about it.
Or you can say, no, it is possible that it can be negated, it is also possible that it cannot be negated. It will be like that only.
As of now, when you are perceiving it, the means that you are used for perceiving it cannot negate the thing. No? As of now, that's important to understand. Right now, how are you going to do it? No. किंतु वित्संवादी प्रवृत्त्यादि लिंगक अनुपित्यादि विषय इति परत्व एव अप्रमाण्यम उत्पद्यते ज्ञायते च. Then how do you know it is not correct knowledge? Vissamvadi pravritti, for example. What is Vissamvadi pravritti? You coming to a snake? Wow! I want to see it clearly. You put on the light to see it clearly. You found snake is not there. That means your pravritti that you used basing on your knowledge was nishphalam. This is called Vissamvadi pravritti. Pravritti that does not have any phalam. Because the knowledge on which you based it was erroneous. Therefore, Vissamvadi pravritti is one indication for error. He says, yeah, he says other reasons can be also there. You can make an inference also to know error. Why? This is a place which has been treated by anti-snake repellents. Let us assume such a thing exists for the sake of the example. Garlic is one very good thing for it, okay? Yeah. So when we used to go on treks and all and we knew this was snake infested area, we'll put crushed garlic around the tents. It works very well, keeping snakes away. Only thing is, everything smells of garlic. That's a problem. Anyway, so you make an anumana. This place has been treated by anti-snake. Cannot be there. Therefore, there's a possibility that this is erroneous perception. So, anumanam. So, for error, anumanam can be used to prove error. Or Vissamvadi pravritti. The mainstay here is Vissamvadi pravritti. Okay. Therefore, parate eva apramanam. Pramanam swataha pramanam. But apramanam is parataha. For the Nayayika, both pramanam and apramanam is parata pramanam. Meaning, it's established with the help of something else. Whereas Vedantin say, what is prama is self-established by the pramana itself. If there is error, that error will be known through something else also. You can know through perception as well. You looked at it again, you put on the torch, corrected the doshas involved, and you saw it is a rope, not a snake. Okay? Or Vissamvadi pravritti. Hey, I love snakes, let me go and pick it up. Rope nikla. Vissamvadi pravritti.
But what if I believe that no, it's a snake only. I never realized that it's an error. I go away from there.
Then you're going away with Brahma. So you don't gain the knowledge.
But in my mind,
In your mind it is true, but it is not true. Why? Because there is not Vastu Tantram.
correct. But in my mind, so far as I am concerned,
So you are making Pramana into Purusha Tantram. See, in our functioning life, we use an expression, to the best of my knowledge and belief. Why do we use that? Especially legally. We will always put that clause, no? To the best of my knowledge and belief. Why do we do that? Because we know that error is part of life. Our worldly experience has taught us that.
Medical knowledge, you know, in my experience.
In your experience, exactly. Yeah. Yeah?
Actually, people like us, but samsara is real for us.
Yeah.
Because what I thought is real,
Yeah.
but not possible.
Not for everyone, exactly. Yeah, it is not Vastu Tantram. That there is samsara as Brahma. That there is samsara as Brahma. Yeah. Correct. But we all take it, oh yeah, problem. Yeah, it's Brahma. Yeah.
that's why you need Shabda to come and tell you that.
Tell me, yeah, this is not a. Yeah.
So what do the Nyayika say?
Huh?
What is the difference of how Vedanta looks at it and how Nyayika look at it? What did you say?
How Nyayikas will look at that Pramana also has to be supported by Anukula Tarka, by a supporting argument for it to be Pramanyam. But what supporting argument can give to say this is blue? You'll have to say something like, if it was green, I would not take it as blue, or something, some nonsense like that. You'll have to say. What Anukula Tarka is can be there? And this problem came up because Brahma is known externally, na? Therefore, they extended it to Prama also, and that this also has to be known externally.
Vyavahara to such extent it is true.
In Vyavahara, yeah, because now look at this. Even Visamvadi Pravrti. Let me give you an example. It happened a week ago near Palghar. Now in Palghar, some areas the sea is a bit rocky. So they have a small lighthouse. So a fishing boat had gone out into the sea and was delayed coming back. So they saw the lighthouse. Arey, lighthouse is right there. Drop anchor here because closer will be rocky. We will go in the morning. We will touch shore in the morning, doesn't matter. Night we will spend on the ship itself. Morning dawn, a lighthouse is not functional only. Then what was the light they had seen? It was holy night. Holika Dahan, Sunday tha. So they built a bonfire on the beach. Now tell me, now it is a Brahma. They thought it was a lighthouse, it is Holika fire. Pravrti was with Samadhi or not? Pravrti was useful, na? The rocky shore to thai. The shore was rocky, so they prevented the ship from running aground on the rocks. So Visamvadi Pravrti. But Brahma. This happens in life. What? This is called.
Inference again, no?
Huh? It's not inference. Lighthouse. सीधा देखा ना. Light देखा, lighthouse है. Pilgrim perception it was, no? But the light they were seeing was the Holika fire, not from the lighthouse. This happens sometimes. Sometimes a concept can help you lead to the truth. That lighthouse was not functioning, but the light was there. So it was a concept. If you're broadening it, a conceptual idea leading to the truth of a rocky shore. Sometimes it happens. No? A concept can lead you to the truth. Lead you. Concept is not the truth, but it can lead you to discovering the truth as far as functioning is concerned. It happens in Vedanta also. वेदांत में नहीं होता है. हाँ, Brahman is Ananda. हाँ, joy. It is not joy, it is not bliss, but it makes you get on track because you own the joy and fulfillment. So then you come and study and it leads you to the truth. The Upanishads also use it. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Sashnute yo Veda Nihitam Guhaya. Sashnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. All his desires are fulfilled. Ah, really? I want to know Brahman. It is the need for desire that made him study. But in the process, he discovered he doesn't have the desires fulfilled, not fulfilled, doesn't matter. So, what did the Upanishad do there? This is called Vissamvadi Brahma. Even though it is Brahma, it's a grey area. In knowing, this is called a grey area, conceptualization. Now, we negate conceptualization all the time, but we also use it sometimes to help people get onto the track. Those who have been doing the studies graded, like how I take. Look at how many concepts I have used and negated it. Both kiye. Yeah. It happens all the time. Because of this, that.
But Swamiji,
Yeah.
should it not be, and I'm getting a little confused, should it not be a Samadhi Pravritti then? Because it led to something useful.
Yeah. Samadhi pravritti. Usefulness is there.
Samadhi.
Yeah. Pravritti or samadhi? Because you prevented your ship from being shipwrecked. So that is, yeah, that is samadhi pravritti. But it was based on an erroneous, what was the error? See, it came very close to the truth. No? There is a lighthouse, there is a holika fire. Both are on the same beach. One was not functional, the other was. That's the only difference. Yeah. Now, if that holika fire was in the opposite direction, it would have worked. It was close. So, these are the grey areas that happens in a pramana. There will always be some grey areas. Why? Because nothing is final. Na? Remember, we are dealing with Vyavahara. We are dealing with a world that is mithya. So, what can be final about it? Abhaditam, anadigatam, jnanam. Where abhaditam? Everything is abhaditam. That's why we use the term Vyavahara Kale for the definition when it comes to other pramanas. But because it is mithya, even in Vyavahara Kala, there's a lot of grey areas coming in. The study of science is a classical example. What was believed in science 100 years ago as true, is it the same now? So many things have changed. A century ago, they were thinking everything in science has been discovered. Now it's only a question of refining measurements. Where to put the decimal point. Everything else is taken care of. After that, there was a knowledge explosion. Yeah. The atom is single indivisible unit of matter. Even when we were reading there in school, the atom had been split. Yeah. And now there are 132 particles. So, knowledge is like that. There is only a functional finality. And that functional finality is important. Light travels as a wave motion or as a straight line. Light is energy, it's a wave motion. But this pair of specs has been made on the basis of light traveling in a straight line. It works. You can't make the spec on the theory of waves. can't make it. It works all right. Visamadhi pravritti based on her, based on something which is not true. Correct or not? I mean, this is how life is. So that is why we say in Vyavahara, no knowledge can be taken as absolute. Abhaditam, anadhigatim, etc. for the time being. Later on it may become abhaditam. Time being functional, is it abhaditam? Yes, it is abhaditam. Function. It will work.
So, Swamiji, Vyavaharena, so many permutations, combinations are possible. There
Yeah.
cannot be any
Exactly.
fixed,
Lot of permutation combinations are there. That is why the expression, best of my knowledge and belief. Yeah. Because what we hold true. Let us take medieval European society. Lot of their belief system was wrong. But it worked for them until we came today. Na? Look at it. In the time of the Renaissance, etc. I mean, scientists were put behind the bars. They were arrested, put behind because what they said opposed to the Bible. Today, who cares about the Bible there? Minorities. Yeah. I mean, they officially register themselves as Christians, but vast majority of them don't bother about it. Yeah. So all those, whatever they held true, worked for them to progress enough. No? So why time being? Though agreed, if they are blatantly wrong, like Earth is flat, there is no way they would have sailed around the world. If it is blatantly wrong. But even though religion was propagating it, explorers dared to question it. No? Yeah. Christopher Columbus, he had to actually hold a pistol at the head of the helmsman. Helmsman is the person who holds the steering wheel of the ship. Sir, we'll fall off the end of the earth. It's flat earth, गिर जाएगा वो. अभी तक आया नहीं है. It has not yet come. If you don't keep it, I will shoot you. You will die now. That is in the future. No, death is right here. Okay. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. It didn't come. Though he was not the first person to discover America. Okay. North America was discovered by the Vikings. The Vikings landed there 500 years before Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was not the first European to land in North America. The Vikings landed there. They set up a colony in Newfoundland. Yeah. Vikings are Norway, Nordic, Norway, Sweden, etc. These were from where the Vikings came and they sailed all the way across the Atlantic. Yeah, they were great sailors. Anyway, that apart, what I am trying to say is, even though Visamvadi pravritti can be there, sometimes it can be there on Brahma as well. And if one thing one has to learn from modern science is that in Vyavahara, no knowledge is final. Because that is true, no? And it is something that Vedanta has been saying. Samsara swapna tulyo hi ragadvesha adi sankulaha. This samsara that you are experiencing in this is similar to your dream, which means what? Everything is negatable. So, Vyavahara Kali. Now, here and now, time being, this is it. That is why modern practices in science will negate older practices. Like now, for example, in the treatment of cancer, So many cases, cancer, they don't give chemotherapy, not necessary. Not necessary. Whereas chemotherapy was the first line of defense against cancer. After surgery, it was the first line. What else was there? But now hormonal treatment, so many things are available. And the moment a cure is discovered, first thing that will be junked will be chemotherapy. Surgery will still be there because necessary to excise the tumor. But chemotherapy will be junked. That time they'll all start criticizing. The same doctor who 10 years ago would advise chemotherapy now will criticize it. Why? Because no option available. Now it works. At least you survive. Yeah.
But Swamiji, this argument that no knowledge is final.
Hmm.
If I live by this dictum, then I don't have anchor for anything in life. Means there is always a doubt in whatever.
Correct.
So for that moment, like medical science example, if it is saying something today, I live as that is the truth. Because if I don't believe that, I don't have an anchor.
Exactly.
If I don't have an anchor, I am never sure. Like this is happened
You're
in
right.
public meetings, you know, AB such a, AB such a, AB put there.
Correct.
It is not like that. They are somewhere you have to take the stand now.
Somewhere, yes, very good point. For functioning, you need to take a stand. So you take the stand on the knowledge of today.
Exactly. For this moment.
Like now, they are discovering so many negative influences of the vaccine, COVID vaccine. Correct? But which was better, taking the vaccine and having some side effects, or getting COVID? Because there are anti-vaxxers who point out, see, we told you. Array, we all knew there will be some reactions. There is nothing without reactions. But which is better? Which is better? Yeah. Because we can't live a lifestyle in today's world using only preventive medicine. Preventive medicine is Ayurveda, okay? Systems like that, which deal on your immunity being so high that things cannot happen. Yeah. You can try it out. Certain things it works. Emergencies will need modern medicine anyway. You fall down and break a hand, yeah, you will need to put it in a cast, etc. You will need modern medicine. Last 2 days, stomach upset, this, that. Hey, go on some medication. Kudjarishta hai. The Kudjarishta has got another tablet. Okay, I'll try that. Herbal. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, we'll see. Worked, okay. Everything back to normal. So I said, I was channelizing Christ through me. Friday and Saturday, Easter, we are supposed to fast. So thoda kam khaye. Sunday we are supposed to feast. Okay, not feasting yet, but okay. See, it's always like that. In the sense, there's a relativity of the whole thing. What is it? Yeah, Deshakala Parichinnatvam will come everywhere. The limitation, time and space and its own nature. That is why knowledge is discovered. Why? All knowledge belongs only to Ishvara. We are discovering. Study of science, etc., is trying to see, get a peep into the mind of Ishvara. If you look at it that way, astrology is another way of getting a peep into the mind of Ishvara. Na? What is your prarabdha? Karma phala kya hai? Therefore, use whatever works for you. Because you are trying to get a peep into what is there. Because this human mind is a limited mind. Limited mind means limited knowledge. Yeah. It's always like that. New knowledge, new this thing will always come up. Therefore, Vyavahara Kali, you have to take this into account. That the finality of knowledge is for the time being. Otherwise, we'll end up with big problems. Then you'll have to tend to dismiss whole of science as nothing but series of errors.
That's all enough.
But it is working for now, na? It's working and helping me, na? Is Vissamvadi Pravritti happening? Yes. Now, can you see the importance of Vissamvadi Pravritti? But something else works better. That's Vissamvadi Pravritti. How do you know?
Swamiji, one doubt.
Yeah?
Last time we had said that Brahma can be resolved only by that Pramana.
No, I didn't say that.
So if Pratyaksham is Brahma,
Yeah.
then only Pratyaksham
Ha, finally only Pratyaksham will create it, because even when Vissamvadi Pravritti came in, I went there and found it is not a snake. What told you it is rope? Perception. So Vissamvadi Pravritti helps correct the error that you made in perception. Yeah.
But it does not mean that another Pramana.
No. Yeah. But another Pramana can help in finding out error, but not in finding out what the Pramana can give you.
But here that it can find to error.
Error only, na? See, that it is not a snake, how did you discover? Because you went to pick it up, you found it is a rope. But that it is a rope, what told you that? Perception again. Yeah. Not Vissamvadi Pravritti. Vissamvadi Pravritti helped you in finding that it is not a snake. Then perception only told you it is a rope. No?
Okay, so the next step.
Yeah. Now supposing in dim light you saw it is a snake and you picked it up. You may think it's a dead snake because it's not moving, it's not reacting. Can you see? Yeah. Or you may think it is something else. But to know it is a rope, you need perception. Yeah. That's why we say it has to be corrected by the same. Yeah. That's why Vissamvadi Pravritti is brought into the picture, because it works. Even though what I am saying may be conceptual. Does it work? Yep.
So that is only to establish that it is Brahma.
Yeah.
After that,
After that, to know what it is, you still need Pramana. Exactly. To establish it as Brahma, Vissamvadi Pravritti will help. Then what is the Brahma? Again, you will need perception. You know? Yeah.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm still a little confused. Then what would be an example of Samvadi Prakriti then? Is it when it's keeping with the knowledge that Samvadi-
You saw it is a snake and you picked it up, it was a snake. It is in harmony with that. Yeah. It is Arthavatvam.
So if it's in your action is in harmony with your
Yeah.
knowledge, it's Samvadi Prakriti.
Yeah.
If your action is
True.
not in harmony with
Yeah.
it will be
So
something
this is only for your Pancha Pramanas, okay? It doesn't come for the sixth Pramana. For Shabda, it doesn't come. For Shabda, the same thing comes as you can validate it or not validate it. What you are saying is it Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahman, I have to validate that, no? So it comes only as validation. It doesn't come as Samvadi or Vissamvadi Pravrti. At the most, you can say, my effort for moksha was fulfilled. That's the maximum you can say.
Somebody Pravritti will lead you to Vedanta.
Huh? Yeah, will lead you to Vedanta. Yeah. Is that typical what Falguni said once? She told me. For first 25 years of my life, I was looking for happiness outside. Because a young girl looking for things, marriage, relationship, all that thing. Next 25 years of my life, I was looking for happiness inside. Yeah, yoga and all that thing. After that, at 50, I came to Vedanta and found it is I am Ananda. So all that Vissamvadi Pravrti brought you to Vedanta. That's what Pariksha Lokani is about. No? All Vissamvadi Pravrti only. It doesn't give you what you want. Doesn't give you what you want. A lot of things happen. You grow. That much is good. But it doesn't give you what you want. No? The fulfillment that you're seeking doesn't come. But it makes life manageable. Yeah. And that's important. If you can't manage your life, then what are you going to come about moksha? We are not talking about mere management, we are talking about kushalata and management. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. You need certain kaushalata. Only then you will come to Vedanta. Otherwise you are coming to Vedanta as an escape. Babaji banna hai. Okay.
Yeah, I have a question. Suppose if I infer something wrongly, it's a wrong inference, then can it not be corrected by perception, another pramana, or inference?
If it is available for perception. Is it available for perception? That's the first question. If it is available for perception, you did not require inference in the first place. Unless you are saying there is a fire on the mountain, later on I went and saw there. So the time space conditions have changed. So now it is available for perception.
When we give the chances of linga is wrong. Linga is wrong. Fire is there. But my linga is wrong. It's a mistake, not a smoke. Still it was fire.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
Suppose I think this happened earlier. I'm looking out of the window. I can see the road. The road is wet. So I infer at that time that it might have
Rained.
because the sky also looks cloudy,
Yeah.
etc. Then I go outside and I actually find out that it was not raining, but there is a tap which is running or the pipe which is broken. So it's perception. And I see that I know that my inference was wrong.
Yeah.
Correct.
Your Vitsamvadi pravritti proved it is wrong. You went looking for rain, what you found is a broken pipe. Vitsamvadi pravritti proved that your inference was wrong. How did you know that it was a pipe? Because you saw it.
So there my inference is not corrected by perception.
Not really. Yeah.
Because time and place is different.
Yeah.
Even if it's there is some time, whatever, even if it's a few seconds.
That's why the doshas, etc., you talk about. Doshas in your hetu. Because what is your vyapti? Your vyapti jnana was wrong. Whenever the road is wet, it has to have rained. That vyapti itself is wrong.
No, I saw the clouds.
Even then, wherever there is cloud, there is rain. Is that vyapti?
Rainy seasons, there are many other factors.
So there are so many factors influencing your vyapti. The upadhis in your vyapti are many.
Yeah.
That is why.
Because normally in the summer you don't think, but it's monsoon.
Yeah,
the clouds
correct.
are there.
Probability is high. What is one way of checking up your vyapti? Huh?
Linga is correct or not?
No. Look around. Is the building wet? Are the leaves of the tree wet? That your vyapti can be checked up right there, because vyapti is subject to perception, isn't it?
Not just the road, right?
Ah, exactly. So can you see where the upadhi is, where this is? Upadhi is in the vyapti.
If we flip this, if it was not rainy season,
Yeah.
then this thing will not happen.
Happen only. You wouldn't have made this inference, no?
Then I will not have inferred that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he's saying. Because rainy season, that became the upadhi. Observational bias. Yeah.
I mean, this Samvadi Pravritti and Samvadi Pravritti are based on the phalam, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So on the question of error, I think next class I will deal with the Panchakyatis also. 5 theories of error. Okay. Based on 5 major schools of thought in India. Okay, we will do that. And then proceed to the next 2 chapters. Next 2 chapters anyone can attend, they will find it nice. Okay. All the technicalities are done with. Yeah. We'll give you a good overview of what Vedanta is. Yeah. So that we will see next class also. Om Tat Sat.